I've travelled with this film, August, to other LGBT film festivals. But before that, I think, I mean, this is my first sort of round of LGBT film festivals, I guess. But I've been to 4 or 5 before this with the same film, which has been amazing. I mean, I love going to film festivals, and the LGBT film festivals seem to be particularly fun. So it's been really great. I've really loved this festival. It's interesting having gone to a few festivals. You find some festivals have some sort of synchronicity about them, where it brings together a group of I think it starts with a really lovely group of people who then bring together a group of lovely people. So this festival has been that kind of experience for me, where the people who run the festival have been so generous, and I feel like I have a connection with the people here, and then the filmmakers who have come, I also feel the same thing. So it's been this really great experience of meeting with friends. That's what it feels like. But also having the added thing of meeting with friends who you get to see their films, and they get to see your film, and it's like meeting with great friends and sharing creative ideas. I know that sounds a little cliched, but that's what it's been like. It's been a really great experience. I love this kind of trend that LGBT themes are spilling into, to films in general. I think it's great that it's, LGBT characters and issues, I guess, are not marginalized. But I also think it's fantastic to have a forum for LGBT filmmakers or makers of LGBT films to show their work and share ideas, and because still, particularly in the commercial world, it can still be a little tricky to get your film seen, and so it's a wonderful way for LGBT filmmakers to come together, but also for LGBT communities to share in that, and also for the wider community to have access to see these films that they might not normally see. So I think it's very important. This experience of working on this film, August, was unique. Well, I mean, I've worked on films before, but it's been a while. I've been working mainly in television, and so the experience of working on this film is quite unique for me in recent years, because working on Guiding Light, which is, what's it called here? Sentieri. It's very fast, and I had a great time, and I have a lot of respect for the makers of these shows, but it's in a way it's kind of like fast food. You're making it really fast, you're getting it out really fast, and it's every day, and so there's not the kind of care, you don't have time to put the kind of care into this sort of production that you do with something like August, where we rehearsed for 2 weeks, and then we have, it was still, as far as films go, it was a very tight schedule, but in relation to something like a soap opera, it's luxurious, because you spend actually a lot of time, much more time than a soap opera, where sometimes you don't have any rehearsal, you just walk in the room and shoot it and then leave. The valuable experience for me on being on a soap opera, I think, was that you learn as an actor to not be so precious with your work. You have to go in, you do the best that you can, and then you have to let it go and not be, give yourself a hard time about not doing what you wanted to do. Whereas with a film, we rehearse, and then then you have time to sort of digest it, and then you rehearse on set, and then you shoot it, hopefully. So on the soap opera, I learned to become more, I think, spontaneous, probably, and less precious with my work. So when I come back to working on film, it almost feels easy in a way. I know that sounds silly. It's harder in a lot of ways, but I'm less judgmental, I guess, now. I feel kind of freer, which is maybe a strange thing, but yeah. So I love working on film. I'd like to work on film more, just because you have more time to focus on the subject matter and to really shape what you're doing. Whereas in television, it tends to be a lot faster, especially soap opera. I'm trying to work more on film these days because it's something that I really love, as an actor and as a producer and writer. So the last film that I was in, which hasn't been released yet, it'll be released in a few months, is called Imogene. It has a really amazing cast, which was fantastic for me. I mean, I'm not one of the lead roles, but I have a good role. I play this really obnoxious, wealthy New York socialite guy who has a bit of a drinking problem and has a really dysfunctional relationship. So it was really fun to play and wonderful to be in a cast of great actors. So that's the next acting thing that's coming out. But I've started to produce. I produced a short film in Egypt a couple of years ago, and I'm in the process of writing 2 feature scripts, but one particularly that I'm going to go to Egypt this year and spend some months there learning Arabic as much as I can and writing that script. So that's what's happening with me these days.